come in. I know some people are just getting out of work, and I am doing this live last minute, but I really wanted to get on this topic, and we are talking about what is healing without purging. And I just pretty much wanted to say that I feel like one cannot exist without the other. There needs to be a purge for the healing to happen. So before I get into it, let's give it about 30 seconds to a minute for everyone to come in. For those of you that's just coming in, please say hi. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment box below, and I'll do my best. But I really felt like this was an important topic to address for many different reasons. I know a lot of us are going through many transitions right now in our lives, especially, due to the shifts, and a lot of people are now, exploring the spiritual side of life, right? Where spirit is in and of everything anyways at all times, right? So that's a whole other topic. But anyways, when we are on this journey for healing, it comes with a lot of purging. And what is purging? What is a purge? It's a release. It's detoxifying your system, whether it's detoxifying your mind, detoxifying your body, detoxifying your spirit, your soul. Okay, the purge can happen in many different areas in your life. It can happen around work. It can happen around your family. It can happen around your relationships. It can happen within your own body, okay, with yourself. And so sometimes it can look like losing your voice so that you can purge all the fuckery that's been going on in your throat chakra, okay, and release it and let it go so proper communication and healing can be done, right? A lot of the times that does happen through ascension or a transition, okay? It can be in the form of throwing up. It can be in the form of, peeing, pooping, screaming, crying. Those are purging. It can be catching an infection, catching a, I want to say infection more than like a disease. And I'm going to use my disclaimer here. I am not a medical practitioner, so everything that I am stating is just my opinion or from my experience. It is the guidance that led me through spirit to share this with others. And so if you have a medical condition that needs any medical attention, it is my advice that you go see your primary care doctor and take care of that way. Moving forward, for me, a purge wouldn't necessarily be you getting a dis-ease, it would be more like of a discomfort, such as an infection. Sorry, my dog is looking for me. Say hi, baby. Let's say hi for the camera. She's running around. So anyways, it will be more like an infection that can happen, or bodily order, or like imbalances in a sense that happen right before the alignments. Okay, it seems like an imbalance because you were already imbalanced, and that's what needed to be healed, was the imbalance. And so now your body, your spirits, your cells, your organs, your chakras, and everything are starting to align themselves, starting to shift themselves in the proper alignment. And so that will cause, that shift will cause, like, it can cause body orders, like such as like your underarms smelling, your sweats, or your private areas. And that's pretty much letting you know, like, yeah, there was an imbalance there. And once you become aligned, you're no longer going to smell. You're no longer going to be crying. You're no longer going to be purging. You'll be at a more state of bliss, a more state of calmness, or excitement or happiness. Just your vibration will be differently. Okay. I know for me personally, depending on what it is that I am purging from, my purges are different. But every time, and I'm going to be very honest with y'all, I catch tantrums when I know I'm purging or I'm about to purge. Like, I know. And my sun sign is a Capricorn, okay? We can have some ego. All right? Let's just be honest. So, as much as I can see it coming from 2 planets away, from miles away, I'll still catch a tantrum sometimes, and that's when I know, boom, I'm about to purge. The shift is happening. It's real. I'm doing the work is coming to completion. Okay, and that's usually right before the purge happens. All throughout the time until it is complete. Your body or your mind or your spirit stops purging once you've completed that healing process and came to alignment with yourself, and now you're on your next level. Okay, so it's very important to remember, like, also for every new level, there's a new devil. So there's going to be another purge, a different purge all the time. Hi, Kayla. So, like I said, it can be, so I want to use the body odor as an example. So let's say your underarms are purging, they're smelling. It can be due to your body is rejecting certain foods now. There's certain minerals or vitamins that your body may need, that you're lacking, or is just no longer digesting things well anymore. And so it starts to smell and it's letting you know. Okay, that's one way. Another way is that if you are purposefully changing your diet, okay, to meet yourself at a different vibration or to shift your body to a different frequency, it's going to smell, because now you're no longer feeding the cells and feeding your blood and the spirits inside of you that which you once have, that was keeping them in the alignment, that was keeping your natural body scent at a certain frequency, at a certain sense, as a certain smell, right? So now it starts to shift, and before you start to smell good again, before you start to smell like a normal person, you're gonna smell like a funky person. You're gonna have some stank. You're gonna have some funk. Your underarms are gonna be purging, right? The sweat in your body is gonna react differently. The salt in your body is reacting differently. The sugar in your body is acting differently. The fluid in your body is responding differently, because you're changing your diet. You're going through a healing process. So right before you get into that full alignment where your body is fully recovered, saying, okay, this is my new adjustment. This is my new body. This is my new life. These are the spirits that's now in me, that this is being consumed, and this is where I can thrive. You have to give your body, your mind, and your spirit time for things to die off and regenerate. Okay? Pieces of us die and regenerate every single day. Every single day. So don't be so hard on yourself if you're seeing that you're changing from one lifestyle to another and your underarms are starting to smell. That's a purge. That's a form of a purge. And not until the healing is done, not until your body has recycled itself to its new frequency, or regenerated itself, should I say, it's going to keep recycling the new cells with the old cells, and it's going to have a little bit of an imbalance. All right? That's with that. Now, if it's for like an infection, it can be as simple as like, you can be allergic to people, and that can be a purge. You can literally catch like a cold, a fever, pink eye, start sneezing. Like, those are purges. Pay attention. Your body's always speaking to you. It can be that you are now transitioning to a new lifestyle, and you very much know that there's certain people you have to get rid of. And all of a sudden, when you come around them, you just start getting rash, or you just like sneezing all the time, or you get in a bad mood. Even mood swings are a sense of a purge. They're kind of like the forewarning. They're the emotional side, because you can go through the emotional purge also, or the sentimental purges without actually having to, because I know there's certain people that don't cry and they really like need to cry, and that's why they're going through those things, and so the purge may take a little bit longer. But for some people, it could be as simple as just like an emotional shift, okay, that becomes a purge for them. They just become very irritable around a particular person every single time, even though they don't have a specific reason to be irritated, okay, or to be irate by this person. But they just like, they're like, damn, yo, I love you, but it's just, I can't even talk to you. I can't be around you anymore, because they know that they have now transitioned to a place in their life where they've learned everything that they could learn from that person, and it's time to move forward. It's time to kind of love that person at a distance, because if not, now you're going to do more harm than good by staying around. You're not going to allow the healing to happen. And so we get into our feelings, right? And then we hold on to it, and we resist the purge. We resist the healing, and that takes longer. But that's a form of purging, all right? And that's why I say that you can't have the healing without the purging. And it can be very lonesome. It can be very annoying. It can be very sad. It can be heartbreaking. But after, it's like when you break a bone and they put a cast, you're like kind of miserable while that cast is on. But then when they take that cast off and you're able to move, and you're like, oh, like, look at, like, my bones healed itself. I did that. Like, we did that. Like, I just needed to be patient. It takes a lot of patience. And that's why, like, with me, I'm still learning patience. I've gone a long way with patience. But that's why I catch tantrums sometimes. Like, at least I know. Like, I know. But that's how I know, like, tantrum, purging, healing. I already know myself. I've been doing this for so long already, and it's never ending. Healing is never ending, because there's so many different things we have to heal from, whether it's healing thought forms, ways that we used to grow up thinking, okay, and now have to reprogram ourselves, or whether it's our loved ones, our diets, whatever it may be. Healing can be in our financial issues. You know, you can heal financially and purge financially. It can be as simple as, like, you know that you're out of alignment and you need to start, and so bills just start stacking up in a certain way, and not until you get into your proper alignment are you gonna be in your financial freedom. So the purge is gonna be you being triggered to find another way of receiving money. And not until you get into alignment with what it is that you're supposed to do to receive the money that is abundantly yours, prosperously for your life, okay, where you are not struggling, you're gonna feel a sense of a struggle. You're gonna keep feeling the pull to what it is that your spirit is guiding you to do. You're going to feel that pull. You're going to feel that pull. And you're going to be miserable. The misery is going to be part of that purge. All right. They're also, the purges can seem like symptoms as well. It really, really, really depends. Okay. Because you can have a symptom without having the purge. So it really takes you observing yourself and working with yourself well enough to know when something is a symptom, like the pre-shadow phase. For example, everybody want to talk about Mercury retrograde and like the pre-shadow side, right? So in the pre-shadow side, you feel the symptoms of Mercury's retrograde, right? But it doesn't make it Mercury's retrograde just yet. So when it's Mercury retrograde, boom, now you know for a fact it's Mercury retrograde, right? Because it's no longer just the symptoms. It's in your face. It's the throwing up. Whereas before, the symptom might have been nausea. Okay, you could have just been nauseous all the time or sensitive to certain smells. Okay, whereas now you're like, you know what? It went from I couldn't be around this person because, every time I went around them, my nose was itching or they just smelled funky to me, to, when you're starting to let them go and stuff, you just have like nonstop runny nose because your body is releasing it. So you got just a whole bunch of boogies coming down your nose and you're sneezing. And it's like, oh, your face looks like you have major allergies and everything like that. Yeah, that's your purge. You was getting the symptoms before because your body was trying to let you know that you're not in alignment with them. But now that you recognize you're no longer in alignment with them and you're releasing them, whatever your body was talking to you from, that's what's going to purge for the most part. All right? For the most part. Also, when we're like detoxing emotional things, like I said, crying can be a purge. Because you're sweating, okay, like major, like sweating a lot, or I want to say cold sweats in a sense, because everybody's different. And I know with certain situations, you could end up getting like cold sweats as a form of like a purge. But sometimes the cold sweats could also just be the symptom. So that's why I said everybody's different. Because I know, like, for me, cold sweats are more of an energetic message coming through, like message symptom, okay, versus a purging. But I do purge through sweating as well, but it's not cold sweats. It's different. And that's more like when I'm needing to do like an energetic like if I'm felt really stagnated for a really long time and I start working out, boom, my body's purging by sweating all of those cells, all of those dead cells, all those dead entities, beings, spirits that was inside of my body. I'm sweating that shit out so that it's not staying in my body. And then afterwards, I feel rejuvenated again. My cells are working. They're like, okay, she had a workout. We're energetically moving. And this can happen even without a workout. It can happen you sitting still in like a deep meditation, okay? Or even just sitting next to another person and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know why I'm sweating. That's a healthy thing though. The sweating, of course, if it's not like anything excessive, is never really fully a good thing or healthy thing because it's excessively. But if you are just like noticing that you are, and I'm going to get to your comments in just a moment, but like let's say you are talking to someone, maybe you're at a restaurant or you're just at their house or you're waiting for the bus, wherever you are, and you just like, you find for some reason, like while you're next to them, your body is just like massively sweating, okay? It can be, and I know that this happens a lot for empaths, okay, or mediums that channel a lot. Okay? It can be that your body is absorbing so much of their energy that it is purging through your sweat in order for you to continuously heal for your personal energy. That is not their energy. Do you follow me? Does that make sense? If that makes sense, leave an emoji on the comments. Because I want to make sure that you guys kind of grasp this. Because purging is not nice. Healing is not fun all the time. Like, it's not. But once you do heal, it's beautiful. So yes, I catch my tantrums. I throw up. Sometimes it's like, run into the bathroom all the time. And purging could be as simple as even you throwing away, old clothes and sneakers, or donating that stuff, out of your house, out of your closet, out of your home, and making space, clearing things up, that was the vomit, that your closet threw up, all those clothes that you're no longer gonna keep. Before you got that shit out your house, you had to purge that closet. You had to take all the gunk out that you was getting rid of, see the throw up of it, then tie that shit in a bag or something and get it out your house. Once you got it out your house, that was the healing, right? So for example, even with like surgery, I want to speak about the surgery just a little bit, because I've had surgery in my life, and the quick fixes, right, don't heal stuff. But my body kept giving me dizzy spells. I was throwing up. I was using the bathroom. That was my body trying to purge. I had, this was for gallbladder stones, okay? And my body was trying to purge out the stones. But because it didn't have the proper, energy. It wasn't that I didn't have enough nutrients in my body or anything like that. It was just like I was really like lazier back then and stuff like that. So my body didn't have the energetic movement, all right, that it needed to release the stones so that I could pass it through. And it was like a lot of them and stuff. And so how my body, because the energy wasn't fluid, it was out of alignment and it needed to heal, it began to purge. So I was getting dizzy spells. I was getting, having to throw up a lot, okay? And I ended up going to the hospital, and I needed to get my gallbladder removed. And when they removed it, I felt better, but then I still needed to start, I don't take, painkillers or any of that. I just don't, I don't knock anybody for doing what you do. It's just not what I do. So, I was pretty much having to walk after surgery without any pain medicine and everything like that, and pushing myself, and it was like I was in excruciating pain from the surgery, and that was my lower abdominal area, okay, and that was my healing. Now it was starting to heal slowly, because after you purge, you got to give yourself a moment or two or a day or a week to really digest what the hell you just let go. So it's almost like you purge, you heal, but you take a moment for yourself to acknowledge the process of your healing, to then celebrate and live your best life in that new frequency, in that new vibration that you're in. right? You always want to give yourself that time, that moment, that glass of water, all right? That glass of water that I wish I had right now while I'm at the park, for all this purging I'm doing here, using my breath for healing, okay? So let me see here what comments y'all have up in here. Hi, Courtney. I've been healing, purging since June. It's finally easing up. What kind of purge? Hey, Geronimo. Another level, another devil. Word. That's what I said. What are we talking about? And girl, I'm going through this. Stank ass, so true. I'm just reading the comments right now. Hi, Nanette. Hi, Amethyst. Okay. Ali. Tamisha. Mine definitely cold, stinky, sweat, burn feet. Yup. And cold at the same time. My last major transition, I broke out in hives. Okay, hives, that's a purge. That's definitely a purge. That's why I said like rashes, hives, that can definitely be. Alexis, what's up? Lexi Love Light, welcome. Kendrick Hathor, what's up, goddess? What's up, sis? So it depends, like I said, it really does depend. Do y'all have any questions? If y'all have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them. Again, this is just from my personal experience, from my journey and my process, from doing things with and without plant medicine, from doing things consciously and subconsciously. I just started, the more you obviously pay attention to yourself, you observe yourself, you become more conscious, right? So it became less subconscious and more consciously me knowing that I was purging. There are times when we're going through new levels and we don't realize that we're going through a purge, and it can be, I'm gonna go back to like the career thing. It can be as simple as your clients fading out or you not getting a lot of work, because you're healing your business or your career or your mental state, your energetic state, your currency into a frequency that it needs to be in alignment with. And when the purge is over, the purge is complete, you are healed, and you are in your proper alignment. And so the money flows. That's a sense of purging. I know how that feels, okay? Shout out to Aldi, y'all. Aldi, say hi, wave if anybody wants to know about financial freedom or how to get their business down packed. She is big mama on that, all right? She definitely knows what she's talking about. She's been doing this for a really, really, really long time. Not only that, but she really gets down to the nitty-gritty of where certain fears came from, if it was passed down through your genetics, if there's blockages, etc., etc., etc. So, I love working with her because we're so different, but we're so similar in many ways, and we tend to go through our purges around the same time. So, like, I was going through a purging of having to release somebody that I used to talk to every day, that I held very near and dear to my heart, and I just couldn't fathom how life was going to be without me communicating with this person. And so the person was released out of my life, and very excruciating pain, right? So I went through the tears, the heartache, feeling the cords, all of that. But then as I wanted to catch a tantrum from resisting some of the purging, some of what was happening for this alignment for myself, for this new shift in my life, Spirit was like, you're not going to talk shit. You're going to shut up. You're going to sit down and you're going to observe. You're going to be quiet. You're going to listen. So I lost my voice. And it was the funniest thing, because when I did try to speak, my voice sounded like a mouse. It was horrible. I just got my voice back. Okay. And, you know, that was needed. I needed to lose my voice as a sense of a purge for me to gain my power back, for me to gain my voice back, to say, wait a minute, my voice does matter. What I have to say is important. Okay? Sometimes we neglect ourselves of certain things, and it creates a disalignment. And not until we heal what is wrong and say, wait a minute, no, I could communicate just fine. I can stand up for myself. I can speak for myself. I can speak honestly and truthfully. Oh, when I had to stand up for myself, Spirit was like, bitch, I'll give you your voice back. And my voice came right the fuck back. But until the time that I didn't need to speak nothing and I just needed to be quiet and listen, yeah, my voice was gone. All I had to hear was the internalness, the internal screams and everything that I needed to release. So purging happens in many, many different ways. Some people purge by shooting things and hunting or going, to release. It's a release. But you can't have the healing without the release. There's just no way. There's no way. You ain't heal shit if you ain't release it. That's why they say you gotta feel it to heal it. That's why every time, like, if I have a client or something, they're asking me about cord cutting and stuff like that, and you have to feel it out. Are there times that you may feel a cord that is connected to you that you may not necessarily know or remember or grasp who the cord is connected to? Yeah, that's possible. But it exists. You feel it there, so you can get it the fuck out. And some cords are not always easier to pull or to cut or to break, so sometimes you may need some assistance. I know from experience of both. Where should be really anchored. I'm sorry, I'm at the dog park and they're just coming close to me, which I don't mind. I love dogs. So that's gonna bring you a purging in itself. It can feel like you are birthing someone out of your pores, out of your blood, out of your cells, out of your organs, out of your minds. Just the whole, like, literally agonizing, but you have to pull them out energetically from the inside out. And you might want to hold on for dear life sometimes, or you might want to do it little by little because that is something that you're ready for, but you might be resisting. You might not want to hurt yourself. You might want to ask for help during this because you may not know how to handle it. I know there has been shadow work that I did with myself that I was able to deal with, and then there has been some shadow works that I was like, whoa, wait a minute, like, how the fuck am I gonna get through this? Like, and not until I was able to find the proper resources or the proper, oh, it's a rainbow, can I turn this around? Do y'all see that? That is beautiful. I just want y'all to see that. By the way, that's my dog in the water. Do you see that? Yes, the promise. That's healing. And you see, what happens before the rainbow? The storm, the rain. I just want y'all to enjoy that. Because I am. All right, I'm going to flip it back. See? That's beautiful. That's a bright-ass rainbow in a direct place. And I'm really happy. So, what was I saying? I know I was talking about purging, but that definitely just shifted me. Gotta appreciate life. Sometimes we heal slowly, sometimes we heal fast, but at the end of the day, when you put in the work, the promise of your chakras being aligned, the rainbow being yours, that abundance, that prosperity, that love, that healing, that alignment. Look at now the sun. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. And I love you. And I love you. Because you know what? Sometimes we feel alone in this journey when we're going through that stuff. And we're truly not alone. Not alone ever. So I thank you all for sharing time and space. I look forward to connecting with you again. It seems like y'all don't have any questions, so I'm going to let you guys go now. May you have a happy Thursday, very blissful, prosperous, abundant, joyous Thursday with lots of food, shelter, water, clothes if you want to wear clothes, or just be buck wild naked if you want to be buck wild naked. It's all good. Okay? Until next time, peace, y'all.